Well, we have more details about Meghan Markle's new luxury lifestyle brand. The Duchess of Sussex announced the launch of American Riviera Orchard earlier this month by posting a video of herself on the brand's Instagram account. But Meghan has said very little about the company publicly and has been hinting of what's to come through social media posts. It's been revealed makeup and beauty products have been added to the long list of items Meghan plans to sell, according to the Daily Mail. The Duchess of Sussex will reportedly be selling skincare products, bath and shower gels, as well as household goods, stationery and cookware. But it doesn't end there. Meghan will also reportedly be selling fragrances, incense and shampoo and conditioner for pets. The Daily Mail is reporting that Meghan has filed a trademark application to cover everything from decorations to candles to lamps and silverware. And the Duchess also plans to sell yoga and meditation mats, jewellery, as well as downloadable cookbooks. So it appears the royal rebrand is in full swing, and Harry and Meghan's plans for a quiet life they claim they want so badly is once again on hold. But the development comes as people right around the world send their support to Princess Catherine, who has revealed she's been diagnosed with cancer.
Having William by my side is a great source of comfort and reassurance too, as is the love, support and kindness that has been shown by so many of you. It means so much to us both. We hope that you'll understand that as a family, we now need some time, space and privacy while I complete my treatment. My work has always brought me a deep sense of joy, and I look forward to being back when I'm able. But for now, I must focus on making a full recovery. At this time, I'm also thinking of all those whose lives have been affected by cancer. For everyone facing this disease, in whatever form, please do not lose faith or hope. You are not alone.
Prince Harry and Meghan have reportedly privately offered their best wishes to the Princess of Wales, but commentator Piers Morgan has taken aim at how the Sussexes continue to treat the royal family.
And they talked about demanding privacy and peace for two people that they have been abusing for the last 4 years, and in Kate's case, branding her and King Charles racists.
Piers Morgan also called out celebrities who he argues crossed the line by mocking the Princess of Wales before her cancer diagnosis became public.
All of this was in rancidly bad taste, as is often the case with a digital frenzy. Too many simply forgot there's a real human being at the centre of whatever soap opera they're harvesting for clicks.
Some celebrities have taken to social media to apologise for engaging in the internet hysteria, and the Princess of Wales has expressed gratitude for the messages of support she's received. King Charles's nephew, Peter Phillips, has told Sky News, Prince William and Princess Catherine are a fantastic team who have got the balance between public life and family life just right.
What brings you to Australia?
Well, it's very nice to be here for my sort of annual trip to Australia, but on this particular trip I'm here for representing IFAC, which is the International Foundation for Arts and Culture, founded by Dr. Handa, and he supports the Handa Opera on the Harbour, which is in its 11th year, and very much looking forward to being there and seeing the show on the harbour with a spectacular backdrop.
Now look, I'd love to move on to the family and to your mother, Princess Anne, who is such an integral part of the royal family. How does she inspire you? Because she inspires so many others.
So both our parents have been obviously been hugely influential to Zara and myself, and I think primarily it's through their work ethic. Both of them are incredibly hardworking, and still both in their 70s. They're still working probably a lot harder than either of them probably expected.
Princess Anne does do so much work for charity, including overseas and even here in Australia. We know that she's very close to the King. She was his gold stick in waiting during the coronation, which was just absolutely sensational to watch. Do you think she gets the recognition that she deserves?
I think so now, yes. I think in the past she has always been she's not always been sort of the media's favourite, so to speak. But she's never really let that bother her. She's always just kept her head down, and she's kept supporting the organisations that she wants to support.
That's very admirable. Now, moving on to the King, we know he's had a challenging couple of months. Is he in good spirits? He still seems in recent weeks to getting back amongst it to the extent that he can.
Listen, he's in good spirits. I think ultimately he's hugely frustrated. He's frustrated that he can't get on and do everything that he wants to be able to do. But he's very pragmatic. He understands that there's a period of time that he really needs to focus on himself. But at the same time, he is always pushing his staff and everybody and his doctors and nurses to be able to say, actually, can I do this? Can I do that? So I think the overriding message would be that he's obviously very keen to get back to a form of normality, and is probably frustrated that recovery is taking a little longer than probably he would want it to.
Now look, there is a royal visit planned to Australia later in the year, and this will be his first official visit to Australia. What do you think that he and the Queen would like to achieve, I suppose, in that first visit?
Oh, that's a good question. I think they would obviously love to see as many people as possible. They are very keen and very active to be able to be seen and meet as many people as possible from all walks of life.
The King has had a few challenges recently, in particular in relation to his health. But how does the Prince of Wales and other family members like yourself, how, I suppose, does the family muck in to support?
Everyone has their own different role to play, I think is the short answer to that. Obviously there's a lot of pressure on the Duke and Duchess of Edinburgh at the moment, my mother, to be able to take on a lot more of, and the Queen, obviously, to take on a lot more of the responsibilities and lots more of the engagement perspective. And I think that adds its own pressures. There are other members of the family who are able to support everyone else behind the scenes, and that is, in many ways that's equally as important. But there is definitely there's a short-term pressure on certain members of the family to be able to continue to be out and about and to be seen and to support, and not only just to support organisations, but also conduct the official engagements that need to be done.
I'd just like to touch briefly on the late Queen and obviously your grandmother. As the eldest grandson, and how are you adjusting to life without her? She was such a huge figure.
Yeah, I mean, she was remarkable in so many ways. She was obviously a figurehead that had been part of everybody's lives for as long as people could remember. And for us, she was, as having her as a grandmother and a role model was unique. And I was lucky to be in Scotland before she passed. And actually having those few days with her, just in Scotland, just as a family, as a quiet, before she left Balmoral, that was really nice. That was, looking back on it, it's still quite emotional, that part, because it was a proper family moment. Both her and the Duke of Edinburgh still have left a huge imprint on all of our lives.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, I just want to briefly touch on the Princess of Wales, about her health. That there is a very private and family matter, but on the wider matter of public support, that must be very heartening for the family more broadly.
No, 100%. And I think for her and for the King, the outpouring of support for both of them and well wishes for both of them to recover quickly has been hugely heartening. She's remarkable in herself. She's without any question, she is. Her and William make a fantastic team together. Their kids are great, and they have the balance of public life and trying to be parents to three young children, which is always difficult. And I think they have they've got it pretty right, because I think as history has taught us, and anyone knows that actually you want to be there for your children when they are where they're of a certain age. You want to be able to go and drop them off at school and pick them up from school and go and watch matches and be part of their school lives. And and I think that balance of doing the family life and also the public life, I think they've pretty much got that bang on.
And I suppose when you are in the public eye all the time, that is a challenge in itself. Those family moments and those quiet times, and even when the broader family gets together, that must be such an incredibly important part.
It is, completely, and we're very lucky that whilst we probably don't see as much of each other as we would like to, as you say, when we are together, it's a very important time, and it's not just it's not just for us as cousins, but it's also for all of our children to be together. It was when my grandparents were alive, it's about them being able to spend time with their great-grandchildren, and so these times are important. And as certainly when you look at it from my grandparents' perspective, the older they got, the more time you made to be able to go and see them and allow their great-grandchildren to spend time with them, because it's a pretty unique situation that any child can spend time with their great-grandparents. So family time together is so important, and it just strengthens that bond of support that everybody needs, and certainly in tough times is really important.
Well, look, we wish the Princess of Wales and the King too a speedy recovery, and we hope very much that you enjoy the rest of your trip to Australia and that you're back soon. And Peter, thank you so much for your time with us today.
Thank you.